whatever's comfortable. Cross-legged, legs out. You can even lie down if you want to, if that works for you. Let's close our eyes to start. And if you're still seated, let's lengthen the spine, plug the crown of your head up into your ceiling. Okay, nice and tall, nice and long. Let's take our 3 centering breaths together. So let's breathe in. Okay, feel your chest expand. And as you breathe out, settle down, relax your shoulders. Rest your hands and your arms. Number 2, breathe in, sit up tall. And then breathing out, settling back down. Okay, last one together. Let's breathe in through the nose. Then long breath out. Settle with the breath. Let's relax our whole body, head to toe. Okay, relax your face and your neck, down to your shoulders and your arms. And just pay attention to how your torso expands, so whether that's your chest or your belly as you breathe in and out. Down through your waist, your legs. And if you're sitting cross-legged, notice how all your touch points, your bottom and your feet, maybe your shins. Continue to relax your whole body. Now pay attention to how it feels, whether you're tired or rested. Maybe there's a gentle breeze. If your house is warm or cold, it doesn't matter. Now let's just be here. Pay attention to your breath now, where it feels strongest for you. Okay, coming back together, checking in, see where you are. Are you still paying attention to your breath? Yeah, I was paying attention to how it feels against my nostrils as I inhale, and then where it touches my lips as I breathe out. Let's go for a little bit longer. Just paying attention to where your breath feels strongest for you. All right, and as we usually do in our last bit, I want you to sit here and do nothing at all. Just coast and all that momentum you built. I take one last deep breath into the nose, then breathe out as you open up your eyes. Oh, I'm gonna hop off my block. All right, let's do our normal side stretch and spine stretch. So let's reach up. Ooh, I feel my shoulders. I'm gonna start my left. Plant that left palm on the mat. Reach over our body, over our head. Extend that right arm as we look up towards the ceiling. And feel the stretch come all the way down your side. Oh. Now let's take a deep breath in as we bring that left arm back up. And then breathe out. Plant that right palm down on the mat. Reaching over our body with our left arm. And reach, 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 reach. And then let's bring that right arm back up. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands back to center. And then we'll do our spine stretch. So let's go back to the left. Okay. Right palm is pressing into the left knee. Left fingertips or left palm is pressed into the floor behind you. And feel your spine twist to the left or counterclockwise. Oof. Okay, some mornings it doesn't require much. We're just sitting, breathing, and twisting. Okay, give yourself one last gentle push. And then breathing out, coming back to center. Let's get our right side. Ooh. Same thing, same drill. Twisting, pushing. Ooh. All right, before we come back to center, let's do one breath in. And then as you breathe out, continue pushing to the left one last time. Push, push, push. Then we can unwind, come back to center. And then let's do a sitting stretch for our neck. So I'm going to sit on my right fingertips and reach over my head with my left arm or left hand, whatever. Okay, dropping the right shoulder down to the ground so we feel the stretch on the right side. Then roll the head forward, finding the tight spot in the back. Okay. And then gently roll the head back as you look up. Right? And then come back to the left position. Still feeling our necks. Oof. Then you can release the head with the left hand and get into position. Oof. On the other side. So now we're sitting on the left hand or left fingertips. And then just gently pulling our head over to the right. And let's tilt the head back as you look up. And rolling the head forward here. All right. And back to the middle position. And then you can release your right hand off the top of your head. And let's get our inner thigh since we're still sitting. So let's get the cobbler pose. So feet together, bring the heels in towards your soft tissue with the knees drop. And then lean forward. Woo. Remember, These beginning ones don't require much movement, but you feel a lot. At least I do, especially this time of year when the room is cold. Muscles aren't quite ready to do anything. Continue to lean forward as the knees come down to your mat. All right, let's round out our backs and reach the fingertips on the floor in front of you. Letting the stretch get deeper, the inner thigh area. All right, and then you can sit back up, bring the knees back together, and stand. I'm gonna take off my socks, so I get a little grip. We're gonna stand up and do, oh my goodness, our hamstring stretch. So, okay, toes forward, wide stance, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling and give you a nice swan dive forward. Legs are straight. Support yourself with your fingertips or your palms, whatever speaks to you this morning. Okay, maybe push yourself towards the back of the room. You want a little bonus, a little stretch at the very end of your range of motion. All right, hopefully your hamstrings are feeling a little bit more happy. Now let's fold our arms and rest our forehead on our forearms, and let's rock side to side. Maybe holding one side if a particular side feels like it needs a little bit of extra love this morning. If not, continue to oscillate back and forth. All right, let's start with the right palm on the floor. We'll bring my yoga block here. There we go. Right palm is planted, and then opening up our chest, rotating the left arm up to the ceiling. Okay, make a vertical line with your arms, or it feels like a vertical line. And then push the floor away with the palm that's on the ground, and reach for the ceiling with the fingertips that's up in the air. And then on your next exhale, bring the left arm back down to the ground and switch palms. So that left palm is now planted on the mat, the yoga block. Right fingertips are reaching for the ceiling. Okay, turn the head or turn the chin towards the ceiling as well. A little more neck action. All right, and then as you breathe out on this side, bring the right arm back down. I'm gonna move my yoga block. We're still hanging out, legs are straight, feeling the hamstrings. All right, from here, we're going to rotate to the right 90 degrees as we rotate our right foot. We're in runner pose. Okay, we're on the back toes. All right, and then drop the left knee down to the ground. We're going to bring our arms and torso up. Ooh. Okay, you should rotate the hip to feel the left hip flex, or left hip flexor, excuse me. Okay, the arm part is optional if you want to pull the left hip from the top and the bottom, but we're still rotating the hip forward. Oof, towards the front of your mat here. Right, and then you can bring the arms back down to the mat. Let's come back on the left toes, bring the left knee off the mat, and then let's rotate back to the long side of your mat, and we're back into the middle position.
All right, and then rotate 90 degrees to the left as you rotate your left foot. We're in the runner's pose. And then dropping the back knee down, the right knee down. Let's get the right hip flexor now. Left foot's planted. Okay. Right arm is reaching for the ceiling. If you're going to go for the extra pull from the top option. All right, and then let's bring the arms back to the ground. Come back onto your right toes. Lift the right knee off the mat. Let's do something a little different. From here, plant both palms on the mat and come back to plank. And then we're going to chaturanga down to an upward dog. Ooh. All right, come back to plank and then step the feet towards the hand. Let's do a sun salutation. So reverse swan dive until the hands are at the top. Okay, swan dive down. Up to flat back. And then exhale, rounding out the back. Let's plant both palms, stepping back to plank. Give me a chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. And into downward dog. Okay, changing our sequence just a little bit, but all the moves are familiar. Let's stretch out the calves now. So bend the left knee and drive the right heel down toward the ground or towards your mat. Straightening up that right leg a little bit more. And then let's switch. So we're bending our right knee, feeling that left calf. All right, back to the right side. We'll do 2 times for each side. Okay. Back to the left. Shoulders beginning to feel it. All right, let's straighten up both legs. Let's do a sun salutation, and then we'll do our crescent pose sequence. So step the feet towards the hands, take your time. And once the feet are planted, reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Okay, really taking our time this morning. Shoulders cracking. Up to flat back. And then rounding out the back, planting both palms. Chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here. Returning to our down dog position. And now we're going to crescent pose, starting with the right leg. So bring the feet together and then float the right heel up into the air. And let's swing it on through and plant it in front. And then bring the arms and torso up for a crescent pose. Drive the left heel down to your mat. Okay, front knee tracking over the front ankle. Now let's do our crescent pose. I'm sorry, our prayer twist on the right. So bring the hands to heart center and then nice and controlled. Left elbow is resting on the right knee. Breathe. All right. And then let's bring the arms back up. Reach for the ceiling here. Back to crescent pose. And then on your next breath cycle, bring the arms and hands back down. Plant both palms. Bring the right leg back to plank. Then give me a chaturanga. Do upward dog. Okay. Sun salutation back before we continue. So back to plank and then step the feet towards the hand. Shoulders still cracking. Reverse swan dive. Really connect the breath with the movement. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Okay, let's round out the back, plant both palms, stepping back to our plank position. And let's chaturanga down. To upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. Returning toward downward dog position. And then let's do our crescent pose to prayer twist on the left. So feet and legs together. Let's float that left heel up into the air. And then swing it through, plant it in front. And come into crescent pose. Reach for the ceiling with both arms. Don't let the elbows flare. Drive the back heel towards the mat. All right, let's bring the hands to heart center and then transition into prayer twist on the left. Hands are stacked. Right elbow is pressed into the left knee. Breathing. Feeling the left hamstring. A little bit of the right hip. At least I do. All right, let's bring the arms back up top, reach for the ceiling in crescent pose. And then exhale, bring the arms and torso back down, plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank, and then we're gonna chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank, step the feet towards the hands, bring them together, and then reverse swan dive. Hands are up top, swan dive down, up to flat back. And then exhale, rounding at the back, planting both palms, stepping back to our plank position. And then chaturanga down into our upward dog. Breathing back to plank. Give me a push up here. Returning to downward dog. Let's do a simple warrior sequence. None of the crazy stuff. So feet together. We're back on the right side now. So float the right heel up into the air. And then swing it through. Plant it in front. And as the arms come up, the back heel comes down for warrior one. Okay, square up your shoulders. Make sure they're aligned with the short side of your mat. Arms still reaching up. Don't let the elbows flare. Back leg is just as strong as your front leg. All right, let's transition to warrior two, arms front and back, palms parallel to the ground, turn the chin forward. Okay, check your position with your torso, so your hips are 90 degrees to the long side, shoulders right above your hips. And all you just add the arms. Okay, feel your shoulders. I know you're just holding your arms here. Let's tilt back into reverse warrior. Gently put the left palm on the back leg, right palm reaches for the back of the room. All right, back to warrior two. And then swing that left arm forward up for warrior one. All right, let's do something a little different. Why not? Now I want you to twist. So we're facing away from the camera and then turning 180 degrees, and then we're into warrior two on the left. Okay. Crazy, haven't done that. All right, let's do reverse warrior on this side. So now that the right leg is straight, we're resting our right palm on our right leg. Left palm is reaching for the back of the room now, or back relative to how we're facing. Okay, back to warrior two on the left. Now let's swing that right arm forward up for warrior one. And then exhale, bring the back heel up, palms are planted, left leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up here. Returning to downward dog. Okay, let's do that sequence again. Except we're gonna bring our feet and legs together, float the left heel up in the air. And then swing it on through, plant it in front. Come into warrior one on the left. All right, arms front and back for warrior two. Dipping back into reverse warrior now. And then back to warrior two. And then remember, we're going to rotate 180 degrees. Now bending the right knee, straightening up the left leg. Then we're in warrior two on the other side. And then dipping back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Swinging that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then exhale, bring the arms back down to the mat, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and then we're going to chaturanga down into an upward dog. And then from this upward dog, drop the legs down to the mat, maybe all the way down to your hips. Okay, extended cobra. Just push the floor away, feel the front of your body, feel the core stretch out. Then lower yourself back down to the mat. Nice and easy. Okay, don't let the elbows flare out too far. Ooh. All right, now let's gently come back and sit on our heels. We're gonna come into child's pose. Okay, maybe spread your knees as wide as your mat and then come forward with the arms. Come down into your child's pose and just take a few moments. We're about halfway through. And still breathing. All right, let's do an extended child's pose. So come forward onto your knees. Arms a little bit more forward, still resting the head on the ground. And we're going to do a shoulder stretch from this extended pose when you thread the needle. So let's start with the right arm. So thread the right arm through the hole you make with your left arm. Rest the right shoulder on the mat. And then bring the right arm up to the top. Okay, and then thread the right arm through. Okay, really taking your time. I got 3 shots in my 2 arms yesterday. COVID, flu, and Tdap. So shoulders are feeling it. All right, cycle number 2. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. And then thread the arm through. Ugh. And right shoulders resting on the mat. And last time up here. Right arm back up top. Ugh. And then bring the right palm back forward. And then let's get the left side. So threading the left arm through, resting the left shoulder on the ground. Okay, arm is back up top. Or rather, first time up top, the left. Let's thread it through, resting the left shoulder, feeling a little stretch on the left. Okay. Number 2, bring the left arm and reach for the ceiling. Okay. Final time with the left arm, threading it through. All right. And then back up top.
That should be our last cycle for the left. And bring the left arm forward. And then sit back on your heels into a low position, child pose. Settle with the breath. All right. Let's sit back up. We're gonna get off we're gonna sit onto the floor. Let's do our table. Okay, never skip table. Love me a good table pose. All right, feet in front, palms behind. Prop yourself up. Ooh, I don't think I'm gonna get very far today. My shoulders are very sore. Ugh. But continue to push your hips towards the ceiling. Okay, dropping the head back. All right, and then gently lower yourself back down to the mat, keeping the lower half of the body where it is, and then lie down backwards, controlled. Okay, we're gonna do our bridge. So roll onto your shoulders. You can either support yourself with your arms and your hands or clasp your hands underneath you, whatever works. Okay. Constantly pushing the hips up. Don't let the knees bow out. Pretend like you're holding a ball in between your legs. Okay, definitely feel that my glutes and those hamstrings. All right, let's take a deep breath in. And then one vertebra at a time as you exhale. Lower yourself down, controlled, taking your time. About halfway down, all the way down. Okay, very easy. Let's stretch out the glutes. I'm going to start by planting the right foot, planting the on the ground, left ankle in the left or the right knee. Let's grab the right shin. So many instructions. All right, feel the left glute stretch out. Reposition my hand. And then as always, we do our 3 long breaths. I always enjoy this one. So breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. Number 2, let's breathe in. Then release, relaxing your lower half of your body. Hopefully feeling a little bit more in the left glute. Okay, last time, let's breathe in through the nose and out to the mouth. All right, let's release the right shin, planting the left foot down, getting the right leg into position as we grab our left shin. Oh my goodness. My right glute is a little bit tighter than my left this morning, but that's okay. So let's breathe in through the nose and out to the mouth. And number 2, breathe in. And long breath out. All right, last time. Breathe in through the nose. Long breath out. And let go of that left leg. Hopefully your glutes are feeling happier, or at least a little more stretched. Let's bring both legs up into the air for happy baby. Okay, pulling on the outside parts of my feet. Bringing the knees towards the underarms.
Hello inner thighs, and then rocking left to right, side to side, right to left. And stop thinking about your feet or your inner thighs, but think about this, your spine against your mat. Ugh. Okay, treat it like a nice spine massage. Yeah, don't roll too far. Ugh. Okay, give yourself one last pull of the feet. Feel those inner thighs stretch a little bit more. And then you can release the feet and bring the legs back down to the ground. Ugh. Let's do a supine twist or one for our backs. So I'm going to hug in the left knee. Okay, pulling in the left knee. Enjoying this little stretch here. And then before we pull our knee over our body, let's bring our left knee out towards our left. Ugh. Just feel that inner thigh where your leg meets your hip. Stretch out. Ugh. Okay. Knee back to center. And then pull your left knee over to the right side of your body. As you extend out your left arm to the left, looking towards the left. Ugh. Breathing. Each exhale, relax your body. Twist the spine a little bit further if that's an option. Maybe eke out a couple more degrees. Just twisting with intention, but also at the same time gently. Just release your back, release your spine. Okay, let's bring the left leg back. Let's hug in our right knee. Oof. Just like the other side, let's pull our right knee out towards the right, or towards the outside of our body. Feel where the stretch changes slightly. It feels so good. All right, then bring the right knee back to center, and then over our body towards the left. Let's twist. Bring the right arm out to the right. Now let's do one more slow breath cycle on this side before we reset. So breathe in through the nose, out to the mouth. Twisting, twisting, twisting. And then bring the right leg back to center. Oh, let's just hang out here for a couple moments. Either arms at your sides, arms out to the sides, doesn't matter. Just think about the year long of yoga and stretching we do every Monday. Hopefully it's better than when we started a year ago, or started this year, I should say. All right, that's about enough. Let's sit up and do a hamstring stretch. Taking your time getting there. It's cold. All right, we're gonna do our left hamstring first because I pulled in my right heel because it doesn't really matter what side you start on. Let's flex the left foot so the toes are facing the ceiling, add the arms up top, and then breathe out, reaching over our left leg towards the left toes, keeping the back of the left knee on the mat or on the ground. Ugh. Yeah, let's hold this one for 30. I'm going to count in my head. I'll call out 10-second increments. Okay, that's 10. Reach a little bit further for me. When we get to 20, I'm going to ask you to reach again. Okay, that's 20. See if you can reach a little bit more. Okay, active stretching. And then as you breathe out, release the stretch.
Oh, just taking your time, switching legs. There's no rush. Oh, my right leg is extended, bringing in my left heel towards my soft tissue. Right foot is flexed. Taking a deep breath in, letting the breath out as I reach for my right foot. Okay, still counting. That's 10 seconds or so. Reach a little bit more on the right side. It's 20 seconds now. Reach even further, as deep as you can, stretching out the right side. And then breathe out, release. Right. And then let's do both legs together. Okay. Both feet are flexed. Arms are back up to the ceiling, and then exhaling over both legs. Okay, barely touching my toes. My feet are flexed. And it's 10. Reach a little bit more. Active, active, active. Maybe releasing a deep breath. And still connecting the breath and the movement. Twenty seconds. Get even deeper in the stretch still. Ooh, I can almost reach the end of my yoga block. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can release. Let's keep the left leg extended. We're going to do another spine stretch. So plant your right foot on the outside part of the left knee. Okay, and then turning clockwise, wrapping the left arm around the right knee. Okay, if your fingertips or right palm is planted, you can give yourself a little nudge. Or we're just gently twisting. Ugh. It almost feels like I'm feeling my right glute in there as well. Give yourself one last twist. And then unwind. Oh. And right leg is extended. Left foot's planted. And I'm wrapping my right arm around my left knee. Pushing into the floor with my left palm. Definitely feel that in my left glute. All right, let's come back to center. Ugh. I realized we missed 2 of the ones while we were standing up, so let's stand back up. Let's do, taking our time, cracking everywhere. Let's do Malasana. And we're doing Malasana to a standing side stretch, but keep my hands at heart center and then gently lowering myself down to the mat. Okay. Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to go for the support version today, but do what works best for you. You all know your bodies best. Do one more breath before I come up and out of it. So, and then exhaling. Oh, come up. All right. And then bring the feet together, standing up tall. We're gonna do our standing side stretch. So, arms up top. I'm gonna start on my right. So, right arm down to the right side, reaching for the ground with my right fingertips. Left arm is stretching, reaching, feeling the left hip all the way to my left fingertips. Bring the right arm back up top. Ugh. Left arm comes down, reaching for the upper left-hand corner of the room with the right arm. Ugh. All right, and then left arm back up top. Reach for the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands back to center. Let's have a seat back down, or rather, let's do, ooh, we skipped also cat-cow. Let's focus on our backs today. Do just back stuff. I'm gonna roll up my mat. I'm gonna put my knees on my mat. We're on our all fours, palms underneath the shoulders. And let's breathe in and bring the head and the bottom up, chest towards the ground. And then exhale, rounding out our backs. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head up. Exhale, down, push the floor away. Bring the back towards the ceiling. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Okay, last one. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. And come to a neutral spine. I'm gonna get off my raveled up mat, unravel it. We're gonna do a pigeon pose and then our closing sequence. So come into a plank position to start. And then bring the right foot forward. The right shin is 90 degrees from the rest of our body. Ooh. Okay, untuck the back toes. I don't know what to do here. We're gonna hold it for 45 seconds or so. I'm not even gonna check time. I'm just gonna do what feels good. I'm gonna hold it by the chain my leg, stretch out. Still in position. Let's do one more breath before we come together. So breathe in through the nose. And then as you breathe out, see if you can settle down a little bit more into that stretch. Ooh. All right. And then plant both palms in front of you. Control yourself coming up. Let's reach back with that left arm and stretch out our left quad. Let's hold this one for a good long time too. Oh, just feel the left quad stretch out. All right, you can release that left foot or left leg. Let's come back to our plank position. And then bring the left leg forward. Untucking the right toes now. Oh. Still settling in, maybe you're wiggling back and forth to find a position that lets you get a little bit lower, stretch out a little bit more. Take one deep breath in, and as you breathe out, settle down even further. Both palms to the mat. Reach back with the right hand, right arm. Let's get that right quad stretched out. One, three, two, one. Release. Let's sit back on our heels into a closing sequence. Knees about as wide as your mat. Then come forward down into child's pose. Ugh. Then we'll come forward out of child's pose as we rotate onto our backs. Ugh. And resting the arms at the sides. Settling with the breath. Close your eyes here if you'd like. Just don't pass out. Let's go for 60 seconds. I won't say a word. I want you to lie as perfectly still as you can. That was about 60 seconds. Let's do a morning stretch. Reach the arms overhead. Okay, stretching. Maybe you're actually yawning. Wow, I induced the actual morning stretch I normally have. Now I'm wriggling side to side. Oof, I'm arching back a little bit. Rolling onto one side and rest your head and face right on your hands. Okay, take a moment here for yourself. Whichever arm is on top, plant that palm on the ground on the mat. Let's push ourselves back up. Okay. Or whatever pace feels good to you. Ugh. Ugh. Back to where we started. Okay. Straighten out my sweatshirt. I'll let the cold air in. And close your eyes if that's comfortable, but let's do our 3 ohms or 3 audible breaths. So let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Next one, let's breathe in and breathe out with some sound. Last breath here. Let's breathe in. Breathe out with some sound. Oh. Bring our hands to our hearts. You may repeat after me if you want. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's return our hands to heart center. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. Pause your watch if you recorded it.
Okay. All right.
All
Thank you, Joseph.
right, thank you for joining, Arisa.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
what'd you say?
I said, have a good week.
Have a good week. We've almost made it to the end of the year. So close, yet so far.
Oh, I know. I have a lot of work to finish.
End of year.
End of year, yes. Accounts payable is under my domain. I'm
Oh, say no more. I will let you get to that. I understand what that means.
yeah.
All
All right.
right, see ya.
Thanks. Bye.